Miramichi Lodge is an accredited long-term care home that provides a wide range of programs and services with the support of a dedicated team of staff and volunteers. We're able to promote and enhance lifestyle for our residents that live here at the lodge. We have a large group of really dedicated volunteers who assist in all of the different fundraising endeavors that the foundation has been successful in. And similarly with the auxiliary, there's a large group of ladies that are in here, once a month to put on a birthday party for the residents and organize for their tulip tea and their Christmas party and lots of activities for the residents. So the programs and services that we provide for any of the residents that live at Miramichi Lodge, which of course is anyone over the age of 18 now can be eligible for long-term care. So we provide a wide variety of programs and services, obviously nursing and personal care, and that's quite complex. It can include intravenous therapy, palliative care. In addition to nursing and personal care, there's recreation and rehab, of course all of the accommodation services, the dining program, etc. In addition, we have a number of community programs that we offer. So we have 2 short stay or respite beds. We offer a community walking program. We have a Meals on Wheels program. And we're also able to provide chronic disease self-management workshops.
When I first started here, I'm like, am I going to be able to stay here? Is this going to challenge me? What am I going to do here? And I was surprised to see, I don't know about the other long-term care places, but I know Miramichi Lodge is definitely advanced, where I thought I was going to lose all my skills. Your basic nursing skills, your assessments, your IVs, but I was surprised that you still use all that stuff here. You still do your IVs. We find that I'm actually working harder here, and it's the hardest job I've had because it's not just one thing you're focusing on in ICU where they're sick and you're dealing with, that immediate need, but here you're looking at them as a whole, their mental, their physical, how they're doing in general. It's the hardest job I've had. There's 166 people here and I know them all. They seem to know me and they're excited when you come and see them. I don't know. It feels like almost family. You think you're not going to be doing a lot or you're not going to use your skills, but that's all you use here. You're so dependent upon. We work with a nurse practitioner very closely. She depends on us to look at the sick people and check them out and do a really good assessment and come to her with what we need.
It wasn't what I thought it was going to be when I came. I came because of some of the cutbacks in home care, but I ended up just loving it, and I always did like the elderly when I worked at the hospital and when I did home care, but I didn't realize how much I loved doing it until I came here. And I just love talking to them and taking care of them and being with them for the last few years that are sometimes the case days, weeks, however long they're left on this earth. And I enjoy doing that. One of the nicest things working here is the dedication of the other staff that I work with. I've never worked anywhere where the staff were so dedicated and advocated so strongly for the residents that they work with. And when people truly love it and love working here, it's a total pleasure to work with them. Maybe when I started, like over 20 years ago, you would have lost your skills or maybe not honed your skills as well. But now we are doing morphine pumps, IVs, all kinds of dressings, keeping them here when they're not stable. Years ago, they would send them to hospital. We used to get them in emerge just for simple hydration. We do that here. We truly try to make it their home as much as we can. And we know them the best, so we are the best people to be looking after them.
The nursing skills here, they're very much in demand across the continuum. Essentially, you can deal with everything from mental health issues to some of the things you may only find in most acute care settings, such as IVs, use of Doppler ultrasounds, this type of thing. So essentially, what we're trying to do is, we think of this as the resident's home. So we try our very best to ensure that the resident is able to stay in home. as long as they can, even including where we can, providing care that you might think that we would send to hospital for, but we do our utmost to remain current and be able to provide those types of services here at the lodge so that the residents don't have to leave.
The thing is, it's really the residents. The residents are an extended family, basically, is what it is. You interact with them. I've worked here, like say, a long time. I've gained the trust of a lot of the residents. And it's just like going to visit your grandparents every day when you come in, you know, you have a good chat. Everything here is resident focused, and it's each individual resident, like even for all the programs they have, whether it's their exercise program, their social programs, everything is geared to the individual resident. And a lot of thought goes into that process. And the thing I like, not only about long-term care, but also about Miramichi Lodge, is, like I said, the residents. You have that one-on-one. Your residents, they do come and go, but they're here for a long time. And like I said, I've been here 24 years. It's a good place to work. I've never ever thought about leaving. And there's so many characters here. You know, I mean, you get everything from the reclusive, silent sort of elderly person to the person who's just outgoing, and when you turn on the music, they're dancing, and you know, it kind of makes your day.
So the Tai Chi we started this year in 2012, and I actually was able to recruit a volunteer instructor for it. She's got a core group of residents who have, I think, become addicted to it, so that will continue on. Do a good variety of programs that are not just physical, but touch on the emotional side, and so we do things like reflecting back and talking about, you know, the good old days and memories, things like that, to doing physical activities like a parachute game. Involves teamwork. You've got a group of residents sitting in a circle who are trying to work together to keep a ball in the center of the parachute. So it's social as well, because there's always lots of laughter and chit-chat back and forth. So it's those types of things we try and have balance in over the course of a month, so that residents aren't doing the same types of activities every day. I don't think a week goes by in this facility that we don't have some student here, because there is always a group of nursing students. I take students as well who are in recreation programs or social service worker students. So they're in the kitchen, they're everywhere you go. So while the school year is up, there's always students, and there's a good partnership between ourselves and the college. So the residents help us to plant vegetables and flowers, and then we do a annual spring plant sale, and the plants that they've actually had a hand in growing are the ones that we sell.
We have a resident council group that help plan the menus, as well as staff and feedback from the menus as we're going through them. We watch things that are going well. We do provide a lot for the community as well. We have Meals on Wheels that we provide Monday to Friday, both in Pembroke and in Petawawa. It's kind of a group event. Everyone has a job. It all happens at a certain time just before lunch, so everything kind of switches over to that time, and everyone pitches in and does a little bit of the work to make sure that it all goes out and it all gets done in a very time-efficient manner. It's all delivered by volunteers. Volunteers come in and they pick up the meals, and it's all their own gas and their own time. It's a wonderful group of individuals that do that.
Well, Miramichi Lodge is situated right beside the Ottawa River, and there's also the boardwalk that goes from the front of the building, from Riverside downtown. So it's very picturesque, and the fact that we have people walking and running in front of the building, plus the beautiful scenery of the Ottawa River. So it's very uniquely set, and most of the residents have a picture window facing the river the way it was built. So it's a very nice environment for the resident. Well, we have our own walkways at the facility, and it allows them to be able to go outside. We have a beautiful courtyard that is treed and lit, and so they can come and sit with their family and just enjoy the scenery.
We have a foundation board made up of 8 volunteers, and then we have a few subcommittees made up of, again, volunteers, our Gala Committee and our Paddle Quest Committee. And then we have volunteers that kind of float in and out and just help with events. Some are family members of the residents, some are staff, Some are people that we talked into it because I've done things for them. So it's, people in the community who care. Some people do it because they feel that eventually someone will do it for them because they will be here. So there's a lot of different reasons.
I joined the foundation because I wanted to make a contribution to Miramichi. I see how extremely well my mother is cared for here from a medical and personnel standpoint. The purpose of the foundation is to add the little extras just to kick it up a notch for the residents. The foundation basically acts as a fundraiser for the extras to enhance the lives of the residents, and that goes to something as simple as Kentucky Fried Chicken occasionally, to warming plates for residents that eat slowly. By the time their meal is over, their food could be cold, so we purchase warming plates for them. Something then also as big as the lift beds to raise residents out of the beds. So all of those things are just the extras that we can provide through fundraising. You meet an incredible group of people who are involved in the community and want to make a difference. It's an excellent organization. I'm proud to be a part of it. You have to give back to the community. The community can give so much to you, and it's a win-win situation. You make new friends, you learn about what's happening in your community, and in this case you're giving to people that have given to this community for years and years, and it feels good to give a little bit back.
Renfrew County is a wonderful place. Anyone who visits here is just in awe of what we have to offer. We don't have to take a back seat to anywhere in Canada, and I've had the opportunity to travel from one end of Canada to the other. And our world-class facilities, not only up in CFB Petawawa with golf courses and fitness centers, 2 ice rinks, and a state-of-the-art gymnasium, and that's situated at CFB Petawawa. But throughout the whole of the County of Renfrew, you have world-class facilities like whitewater rafting. The Barron Canyon is called the Grand Canyon of Ontario. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. It really, this is a jewel of Ontario, Renfrew County, and as I say, when people come here, they're more than impressed to call it home.
So we invite you to learn a little bit more about Miramichi Lodge. Whether you're a prospective resident or family member, an employee, or a volunteer, please, hope you enjoy learning a little bit more about Miramichi Lodge. And if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.